Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So, before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into it, guys. Welcome back, everybody. So a lot of you guys are asking that I'm back from vacation. Why no regular updates on big mega cap stocks? Well, I'm still here, guys. It just my videos. You guys did it before. It's not getting up to 100 plus likes, and I know you guys can do that. You guys can put me back on track, putting out regular updates every night. So let's get this done. Let's hit this like button. 150 likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And I know you guys have done it before, and you can do it over and over. Now, with that being said, Tesla Friday, everything pulled back. Tesla is up over 3%, massive rally, and we're not even getting down to 300. And you can see we got this massive rally back up to the upside. So Tesla, is it just cooling off for a next big move to the upside? Possible, or maybe this thing will come back down significantly. We still don't know. The trend is up, it's looking extremely bullish, it's trading below rising 5-day moving average 328. So that's going to be resistant to watch, and critical support will be down here, right here at 300. So watch out if that happens on Monday. Usually Tesla likes to run on Monday. If this thing gets over, I would say 328, 330, then we're going back up to these highs around 360, and then we can talk about possibly going up to even 400. Now, on a pullback, if there is a gap down, we get a pullback down to 300. That is going to be critical support. And the next one down below that support, we have rising 13-day moving average at 292. And then we can talk about 280 on Tesla. On Amazon, stock is down 4%, over 4%. You guys will see that play right after this video. Amazon puts that we got in right here, I think, and then Amazon pushed up, came down. It was going pretty much green, went back up. We added more into our position right here on Amazon. And then what happened, guys? You will see that trade in just a few minutes, but this thing got decimated on Friday, gave up almost $16, came down to 199.61, under 200. So not only the puts went in the money, it actually went over the money, trading over 200. And why? Well, the reason is right here. We got multiple rejection at 200, and now there is a big support so far, coming back and retesting and holding over 200. So going into Monday's session, this is going to be your line in the sand, 200 to 198, rising 20-day moving average. As long as we're trading over that, we have a gap on top, and that could be a target to play it back up to the upside. But you got to be really careful. If this thing does break under 200 and 198, takes out 20-day moving average, in that case you will see significant drop down to 195, and then this gap 190.60. Now, as long as it's over 198 to 200, Amazon can move back up to 208.79 and possibly up to even 211 to close this gap on top. And that should be your target if you're getting in right here over 200. And if this thing can hold over 198 to 200, that is a play. You can play back up to the upside on Amazon. And here's my X account. And if you guys are on there, definitely give me a follow. And there is no subscription, nothing here on X. It's totally free. And you can always ask me a question if you have right here on X. And here's a fantastic swing trade right here on Amazon. And if you look at my screen, called it just about a week, maybe about 10 days ago. Amazon puts 200 strike. Then we actually added more into that position. And what happened on Friday? Well, when in the money, cashed out for massive profit. So if you're really serious about trading and you want to learn, then definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon, guys. On Google, stock is down almost 2%. So Google also getting that gap down and pulling back, and looks like we might be landing here early as Monday 172. That's gap fill right here, and that is support around 172 to 170. Strong support on Google stock. As long as you can hold this, we got a gap on top, so we can play this back up to the upside, up to this gap 176. There will be resistance at 176 right here if we can actually make it back up to 176 this week. Otherwise, watch the support right here, 172 to 170, and underneath that level 167, and then we have another gap down here at 165. On Meta, it's down 4%. So Meta getting absolutely decimated. We got a big bearish engulfing candle, and Meta is trading pretty much under or at least right at lower Bollinger Band, which is sitting at 554. We do have support right here at 551. Meta actually came down to 551.50, got that bounce, and now trading at 554. So is the game over for Meta, or possibly coming down to close this gap? 544, that could be a possibility. Under 551, you'll see Meta filling this gap at 554, and under that, we also have support down here at 538 and then 531. Now, we did actually gap down on Friday, so if this thing wants to make it back up, then watch out. There will be resistance right here at 568. Over that, you're going to see Meta going up and filling this gap at 573, and that's going to be a strong resistance right here between 573 and 576. We have all these moving averages also sitting at 576, and if we can clear all that here on Meta and get over 576, in that case it's gonna look more bullish, and you're going to see a move back up to 600. On Microsoft, it's down 2.79%, and I'm not gonna show you guys that play right here on Microsoft, but a couple days ago I said it in my video that I got a position here on Microsoft, 430 calls, and trust me when I say this was fantastic. I got out right here on this run. I think it was right here, 427. I got out, and then this thing got even higher up to almost 430, going in the money. I got out completely, and then look at what happened on Friday. Decimated down to this critical support 413, bounced off, and now holding over 413. So this is why, yes, you can target a gap to the upside, but don't try to eat the whole pie by yourself, thinking that, oh, it's gonna go even higher. I'm gonna stay on this play and I'm gonna make more money. Never, be greedy on playing options, because yes, you can make big money sometimes. You're selling out early, but look at what actually can take place if you're not selling when you see profit. I mean, if I was holding, I got in at what, 420, 421, and I sold at 427. Now it would have been underwater. So that is a big lesson, that when you see green position, take profit or reset stop loss. That way, your account is not going to suffer from trading some of these names. Now 413 will be a key level to watch Monday session. Underneath that, you'll see a move down to 406 and then 400. Over 420, it's going to look more bullish, and possibly Microsoft can move up to close this gap at 432. On AMD, it's down 2.84%. So AMD and the CMI is looking absolutely destroyed. And I don't know where things are going to stop bleeding, but it's getting really oversold. So I'm expecting with Nvidia earnings this week on Wednesday, yes, there is a possibility for more dump off depending on earnings. But we all know that Nvidia, they've been beating all the earnings and just going up and up and up pretty much every time. So what if they miss? What if this earnings Nvidia gaps down and takes out everything? That could be a possibility. I'm not saying that is a guarantee. You should go and play puts. I don't recommend playing earnings, but I think that can actually take place. But otherwise, things are getting a bit oversold. If they beat on earnings like they did before multiple times, yes, that's going to be a bull case for the market, and especially for Nasdaq 100 and all these semis right here, including AMD. So going into Monday session, I think we're going to see a lot of chop back and forth, maybe a little bit of short covering on Nvidia, and then it all depends on earnings, and that is going to be a decider for the market whether we go higher from here or there is going to be a big move to the downside, especially on Nasdaq 100. So I'm not going to say too much here, but you can see it's sitting on lower Bollinger Band. There will be critical support at 132 and then 125. We gap down here on AMD, so there is a gap, and there will be resistance at 138.56. Over that, we can talk about 143.37 and then 148 on AMD. On Apple, stock is down 1.41%. So Apple is just all over the place. And you can see, I mean, you can call this a mini bear flag that is forming right here. And then we got this wedge, structure. It's trading right here. But so far, it's respecting and holding this line right here. But if this thing takes out 220, guys, it's going to be all over. You're going to see 216.90, this gap getting filled. And if this thing cracks under this gap, you're going to see a flush easily down to 207 and possibly even 200 to 198. Now, only way back up to the upside, you can see these moving averages are not positive slope anymore. These are negative sloping. We do not have a bull trend unless this thing breaks over this 20-day moving average 228, and I would like to see it over 230. That's going to be a bull case for Apple stock. If this thing can actually get over 230, in that case, you're going to see Apple stock moving even higher and it's going to look more bullish. As of right now, it's hitting this trend line multiple times, you can see. And if this thing breaks, the next key level will be 220, and then it's all over down to this gap 216.90 and possibly down to even 207 on Apple. Netflix is down 1.59%, so this thing definitely got that pullback. And I was talking about in my video the targets 800, then I gave you guys 820, 840. We hit all of them right here on Netflix, and now this might be the time we pull back down to this key level right here, 773. Is that going to happen next week? Well, it can happen. Anything can happen. So now there will be resistance at 840 to 841, previous all-time high. Over that, you're going to see a massive move up to 875. Now, if this is the top and somehow we see some cooling off, this thing, gives up some of the gains, then watch out for the next support down here. That's going to be around 800 and then 778 to down here at 773 on Netflix. And under that, you'll see Netflix coming down and possibly filling this gap near 700. On Nvidia, stock is down 3.26%. So we do have earnings coming out this week on Wednesday, and that is going to be definitely a market moving event. Whether we gap up and the market runs even higher, maybe even another brand new all time high, or possibly this is it. And a short term top on Nvidia stock, and especially on Nasdaq 100 is in, and you're going to see significant selling because we all know that from the election, I mean, this thing came back and pretty much filling this gap right here, and now you can see holding over this gap 140. So that's going to be a level to watch. Underneath that 136, and if this thing gives up 136, you'll see a flush down to 130 to 126. So Nvidia definitely can make this market or can break it. We just need to wait and find out this week Wednesday right after closing. Now, resistance to the upside 144, and only if that breaks you're going to see 150 on Nvidia stock. Until then, I mean, brace yourself for this big earnings. We all are waiting, and I think that's going to be a big one to watch Wednesday. And we don't have a lot of data coming out this week, so that's going to be, nothing pretty much until Wednesday. And I expect possibly, a lot of sideways movement here in the market and a lot of chop before making a big move with Nvidia's earning. Possibly, if they're not planning to keep this thing flat, in that case nobody will make money in this market. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated.